I train through remotely with Khan and several others. And a little bit more background is I've been looking for God for quite a while. And I grew up in a family where my dad's a pastor for all my life. So I've been to church all my life, mostly, until I went to college. Then I stopped going, because I didn't have to. So, that's a background. I think one key thing that's huge is I've always wanted to know God, but I've never had a good view of churches or Christians, just because I've been through like 7 or 8 churches growing up, and we always have to leave, and there's always fights, and you see all the political things happening in church. And so I always felt like, I don't think that's what God meant for us as a body of Christ. And so, those are the things that I came with when I found Reap. And so for a while I've been looking to figure out, well, there's work, right, that we do, and there's my faith, the God thing that I'm trying to combine to my life. And how do I do that? And I asked around, and since I'm in New York, there's no meetings like this where you go and you do about presentations. So I saw the website from a friend. I went to the website, Repurposing, whatever. I go, and it's like, combining gospel and work. Oh, that sounds good. Let me sign up for that. So that's all it took. I wanted to sign up, and it said Africa, and I've been wanting to go to the continent for like 2-3 years. So I was like, oh, that sounds perfect. Let's go. So I was like, what's this thing all about? Let me go sign up. And finances were, I was very desperate. I didn't care about the money. I was like, all right, there's where my bonus is going. Let's go. I signed up. And so, I went through the training, and I trained remotely, and good thing that I didn't train in person, because all of my biases against Christians wasn't in play. I loved the material. It was so awesome, all the P's and all the readings, and it was great, and I couldn't go out at night, but that's okay. I was like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't. I have to do homework. They're like, are you in B school? No, I'm doing this thing, Africa, all right, whatever. It's okay, all the books were awesome, and just getting a glimpse of what it possibly looks like to combine your work and your God stuff, whatever you got going on with God. And so, the training was great, and I came out maybe once or twice to meet some of the people, but really didn't know anybody. Well, that's all good, because I didn't want to know you guys. I'm like, I got this God thing going on, and people think it's just whatever. Right? So, I came to the big weekend, and all the material was great, right? And the first night, Friday night, everyone was talking about miracles. I'm like, what did I get myself into? This marketplace miracles all night long, and I'm like, miracles? It's only in the Bible, right? You don't really believe that, do you? And then different people go out and say, oh, we have post-its of requests, and how many were answered, you move them over from here to there. I'm like, what's that? And so, I was intrigued. I was skeptical. So I remember walking into Teresa and Khan's room, and I was like, guys, you do believe in miracles? Am I the only one who thinks everybody else is crazy? Out there, it's just a cult, what is going on? Thinking witchcraft. So we don't talk about those things in New York, okay? Alright, so there's the miracle thing that's going on, and I was looking, and I was tired of looking. I was tired of not finding it. Because, you know it all your life. It's like you see something, you want to touch it, but you can't really touch it. It's like, and so, and these guys were like, all right, Elaine, you just pray. If you want to see a miracle, just pray about it. I'm like, all right, I've heard that before. My mom tells me that all the time. And so, it's okay, I pray, because I really wanted to see God in, personal, concrete ways. And I'm like, dude, miracle. And not because I just want to see a miracle for the sake of miracle, I want to see you. And I want to see you today, this weekend, you know, it's not that long. I gotta fly back Sunday night. So you know, I mean, and then so the big weekend was great because you have like people giving different messages on different topics, and then after each message, there's like a testimony. So it's like, oh, there's like the practical aspect of it. All right, so that's cool. So you know, I listened to the message, and it's like testimonies, and by the time Sunday evening came, I was kind of blown away because from all the stories, I feel like I was able to see a new view of community that I was never able to see before. You know, like the things that I always felt like it should be, but I never saw it. And I think somehow God kind of removed something from me, so I was able to see it because I wanted to see it, and I really wanted to see God. It's like, come on, long enough. I'm 27, turning 20 soon, and I just want to see you. You know, just let me see you. And so, you know, I was really blown away when I'm cool. when I, you know, just felt like people's testimonies, it took years, you know, for some of them to change and for the transformations to happen. And yet these people, they were there for each other, and they were encouraging each other, and it wasn't for their own glory. It was so that, you know, I could help you know God more, and you can help me know God more. And you know, I was pretty excited. I was like, all right, you know, I got my little miracle. Now I could go home. But then I was quite worried because I know that I was going back to New York, and what am I going to do? You know, it's the same environment, it's the same people. What if I don't see the same community or, you know, the good stuff that I saw here? What do I have to do? So anyways, we go to South Africa, and I meet these characters. And so Khan was nice enough to fly from LA to JFK to meet me, so we flew together, and you know, once we got on the plane, she hasn't slept for like 10 hours, and she's like all wired and ready to go. And you know, I'm like ready to watch her movies, and you know, the first thing she asked me, Elaine, what are your spiritual talents? And I'm like, spiritual talents? What do you mean spiritual talents?